Numbers 11, Camp Taberah. The people fell to grumbling over their hard life. God heard. When he heard, his anger flared. Then fire blazed up and burned the outer boundaries of the camp. The people cried out for help to Moses. Moses prayed to God, and the fire died down. They named the place Taberah, which means blaze, because fire from God had blazed up against them. Camp Kibroth Hattaavah. The riffraff among the people had a craving, and soon they had the people of Israel whining. Why can't we have meat? We ate fish in Egypt, and we got it for free. To say nothing of the cucumbers and melons, the leeks and the onions and the garlic, but nothing tastes good out here. All we get is manna, manna, manna. Manna was a seed-like substance with a shiny appearance like resin. The people went around collecting it, and they ground it between stones, or they pounded it fine into a mortar. Then they boiled it in a pot, and they shaped it into cakes. It tasted like a delicacy cooked in olive oil. When the dew fell on the camp at night, the manna was right there with it. Moses heard the whining. All those families whining in front of their tents. God's anger blazed up. Moses saw that things were in a bad way. Moses said to God, "Why are you treating me this way? What did I ever do to you to deserve this? Did I conceive them? Was I their mother? So why dump the responsibility of this people on me? Why tell me to carry them around like a nursing mother? Carry them all the way to the land that you promised to their ancestors. Where am I supposed to get meat for all these people who are whining to me? Give us meat. We want meat. I can't do this by myself. It's too much. All these people. If this is how you intend to treat me, do me a favor and kill me. I've seen enough. I've had enough. Let me out of here." God said to Moses, "Gather together 70 men from among the leaders of Israel, men whom you know to be respected and responsible. Take them to the tent of meeting. I'll meet you there. I'll come down and I'll speak with you. I will take some of the spirit that is on you and I'll place it on them. Then they'll be able to take some of the load of this people. You won't have to carry the whole thing alone. Tell the people, consecrate yourselves. Get ready for tomorrow when you're going to eat meat. You have been whining to God. We want meat. Give us meat. We had a better life in Egypt. God has heard your whining, and he's going to give you meat. You're going to eat meat. And it's not just for a day that you'll eat meat, and not 2 days, or 5, or 10, or 20, but for a whole month. You're going to eat meat until it's coming out of your nostrils. You're going to be so sick of meat that you'll throw up at the mere mention of it." And here's why. Because you have rejected God, who is right here among you, whining to his face. "Oh, why did we ever have to leave Moses said, I'm standing here surrounded by 600,000 men on foot, and you say, I'll give them meat every day for a month. So where is it coming from? Even if all the flocks and herds were butchered, would that be enough? Even if all the fish in the sea were caught, would that be enough? God answered Moses, so, do you think that I can't take care of you? You'll see soon enough whether what I say happens for you or not. So, Moses went out and he told the people what God had said. He called together 70 of the leaders and he had them stand around the tent. God came down in a cloud and he spoke to Moses, and he took some of the spirit that was on him and he put it on the 70 leaders. When the spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they didn't continue. It was a one-time event. A young man ran and told Moses, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Joshua, son of Nun, who had been Moses' right-hand man since his youth, said, Moses, Master, stop them. But Moses said, are you jealous for me? Would that all God's people were prophets? Would that God would put his spirit on all of them? Then Moses and the leaders of Israel went back to the camp. A wind set in motion by God swept quails in from the sea. They piled up to a depth of about 3 feet in the camp and as far out as a day's walk in every direction. All that day and night and into the next day, the people were out gathering the quail, huge amounts of quail. Even the slowest person among them gathered at least 60 bushels. They spread them all out over the camp for drying. But while they were still chewing the quail and had hardly swallowed the first bites, God's anger blazed out against the people. He hit them with a terrible plague. They ended up calling the place Kibroth Hattaavah, which means graves out of the craving. There they buried the people who craved meat. From Kibroth Hattaavah, they marched on to Hazeroth. They remained at Hazeroth